Hello. It's Malika, and thanks for joining me on another episode of my Life with Leeks. I just want to give you guys an update really quick and share with you a few things that I've been trying to implement in the care of my father with regards to his kidney disease. As I stated in my last video, he is in stage 4 with 16% kidney function. So the last visit, the doctor said that he did not, in fact, have to be on dialysis. But, I'm kind of taking everything they say with a grain of salt and kind of going with my gut kind of thing because they're not equipped, as far as I'm concerned, really to navigate and direct you in a healthy way. They're going to navigate and direct you with the best way they know how, which is with medication, prescriptions. And while I feel they have their place, I also feel that nutrition has a higher place. So we are kind of juggling his care with, of course, his permission to see kind of what's going to work best. I've heard several people talk, not people that I know personally, but other people who have had kidney disease and kidney transplants, use different methods. People who have had kidney disease and improved their kidney function by doing certain holistic things. So I wanted to give it a try with him. We have a 3-week window, and I have been sticking to it. I would say out of 100%, about 95%. My schedule has become extremely hectic with juggling, homeschooling, volunteering in the community 70 plus hours, really 100 hours a month, pioneering, and my mother's care with her Parkinson's, just a lot of things on my plate right now. So I'm unable to record videos as much as I would like, or even to check in as much as I like. But I want to give you an update really quick. So his creatinine levels were, I can't even remember now. I can't remember what the number was, but it was high. And I wanted to hopefully see a drastic change in those numbers when we go for his next checkup. I also wanted to see some changes in his blood pressure so that he would not have to have an additional change or an additional pill added. But I don't know how that's going to work either. So what we're implementing right now is a strict diet. So previously I put him on an all liquid diet. He was doing well with that. It was for 2 weeks. He lost 8 pounds, which was excellent because he needed to lose weight. This time we added food back into his diet, and it's a vegan keto diet. I believe this is vegan keto. Yes, I think it is. I don't know, it's all running together. I wanted to do vegan keto, but I think I think it's vegan keto. We'll go with that. And if this particular one that I did is not vegan keto, I will be implementing it in about 2 weeks. So for his meals, he eats the same thing every single day. And it's a variety of mixed vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, quinoa, chickpeas, what else do I add in there? It's a homemade dressing with cilantro, Dijon mustard, a little agave, apple cider vinegar, so it has some flavor to it, but it has no salt, and it has just that sauce for the extra additional flavor. I put a little onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of garlic on there. But I will talk about the details of what he's been eating in another video. For this video, I want to focus on the green drink I've been giving him. And so every day. Actually, another person, I think I saw another YouTuber talking about she number one had kidney transplant. Then turns out her grandmother was diagnosed with stage 4 at 16% kidney function. And they made up this concoction and they started drinking it for 3 weeks. And then she went and got checked out. Her kidney function increased. So that's the goal for my dad. Um, any increase will be better than a decrease. So let me share with you how I made the drink. I hope you guys enjoy. And also, I shared this recipe with a few other friends who have been trying it and using it. So I need to check with them to see what their progress is and how they liked or did not like the drink. Now, for the record, um, the very first time I gave him the drink, I did not give him juice. I just blended it all together and gave it to him, and he had a hard time drinking it. I think plus the shock from just it being extremely green. So then the next time after that, I was straining the pulp out and giving him just the drink. So I think it can be a little bit, um, you have to get used to it being on your palate, but you know, when you are where you are, you have to take drastic measures to get healthy. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll be sharing some more tips and tricks with you as we go along. So to begin, we have a knob of fresh ginger, and we also have some kale, curly kale. I use about 5 or 6 stalks. I use a whole cucumber, a whole lime, about 4 to 5 celery stalks, and a handful of fresh parsley. So I have been making a couple batches of this for my a girlfriend of mine, as well as I had a busy day the next day, so I made a couple batches in advance. So you just pop everything in your blender. It doesn't matter um, which order you put it in. Blend it up. I did not add a lot of water because I wanted to just have the pure juice. So because I did not add a lot of water, it made it a little bit tougher to blend up in the beginning. But it's your preference. I added maybe about a half a cup of water to the mixture, and once it got all down in the blades well, it was easy going. As you can see, the amount that was made in the blender. And then from there, because I did not choose to keep the pulp, I strained it by hand. So the first step in my straining process would be to pour it in a thin, grooved strainer and working out as much of the liquid as I can. So I let it sit for a minute. I go do something else. I come back, and then I keep forcing down the liquid out of the pulp until the mixture is almost to the point where it's a little bit like cakey. Once it becomes to this point, then I use a cotton. I used a leftover cotton bib that I had from when my kids were small. You can use any type of cloth or strainer that you choose. I just had these terry cloths laying around, so I used them. They're cotton. I pour the remaining pulp into the towel. I gently squeezed and squeezed and squeezed until I had nothing left but pulp, and then discarded the rest. Very easy, quick cleanup. I used one of my big jars instead of my smaller 16-ounce mason jars. And then the amount that was poured in surprised me, so I started to decrease. That's why I ended up using only a half a cup of water, because when I realized how much this made, I thought maybe I was using a little bit too much water. So again, as I said, I was making some enough for that day and the next morning, and so I chose to use my little nifty air pump to remove the air from the container to keep my juice as fresh as long as possible. It only sat for not even 24 hours, so it didn't lose a lot of its nutrients. So you can get those on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, like $8 if you choose to do that. And that's our container, our finished product. I hope you guys found this useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below and come back and join me again. Have a good one.